What's good, everybody? In today's video, we're going to break down how to get some essential early game mystic skills. I'm going to show you all the different locations and the quests you need to go ahead and pick up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and lock straight into the video. So I'm pretty sure you've been walking around in a lot of dark places and you're like, hey, is there a skill that allows me to see in the dark? There is. There's going to be one of the first skills we're going to get today. So let's go ahead and get straight over there. Okay, to jump things off, we want to come over here to the Crimson Cliff. Once you get to the Crimson Cliff area, you want to be on the northwest corner of it. So right about here. In this area, there's also going to be like a little side quest or encounter where there's going to be a drunkard. If you jump on your horse, he'll try to steal it from you. You can take him out, get a little bit of extra experience. But moving on, from that exact location, just in front of us is going to be where you're going to find the Firefly ability. So you want to make your way over here. Basically, all you have to do is grab all the fireflies. Then you'll immediately unlock the glow of fireflies. Go ahead and slide it into any slot that you want to use. Then after doing so, you want to actually use the ability and you want to make these little flower things right here wake up. There should be 5 of them, so once you wake up all 5, you'll be able to get a couple of bells from Meow Meow. And there you go, now you have the ability to basically light your way in dark areas. Let's move on to the next ability. Alright, you're going to receive the very first mystic skill from this wayfarer right here. As soon as you meet him for the first time, he's going to talk about a bear. You're going to learn Tai Chi from the bear. And Tai Chi is pretty amazing because you can actually use it to go fishing. If you stand in water that you're basically able to stand in where it's up to your knees or at least your waist side, you can then use the Tai Chi ability to make fish pop straight out of the water. You collect a few of them and then you can cook them. Kind of like this right here. You collect your fish, you get some jade fish in the process, and then you can cook these. And another thing that I'll go ahead and throw onto this tip, if you jump into your bag, you can come over to your consumables. That's going to be this tab right here. You probably have a bunch of food and medicines already here, but if you don't, you want to go ahead and cook the food that you just received or cook the fish that you just received from the lake right here. You can then change your HP threshold so that you'll automatically heal when that threshold has been reached. And you probably want to change this because it should be sitting at 80 about now. And that's kind of early to be using some of your healing items, especially because they heal for a lot of health and you don't want to waste them. So I would turn this down to about 50, 60. If you have a certain build that needs to take damage for it, you might want to be a little bit lower. But yeah, go ahead and switch this up so that you're getting the most out of your healing items. Now from this exact location, we want to go right over there to the general shrine area. Make sure you grab this landmark for fast travel later, and we're going to make our way all the way up to the general shrine. Once you make your way over to the general shrine, right about here you're going to see a guy bowing. He's going to be complaining about bowing 1,000 times to get some type of ability or whatever, but you want to go ahead and grab the book from him and you want to do this side quest. This side quest is going to unlock the cloud steps for you. That's going to be this ability right here. This is a lightness skill. It's going to do a couple of things for you. You're going to be able to basically kind of teleport your way over to certain areas that have a marker on them. You can jump up in combat and hop on an enemy's shoulder to do a little bit of damage. It's a great way to dodge certain attacks if you want to get off the ground. And this is going to be a key thing that you want to use against anybody who's on a horse. So yeah, if you're looking for this ability or this mystic skill, it's right here. Now for a lot of these skills, you have to be at least level 8 in order to unlock them, which is very important. If you're struggling with that, there's a couple of quests very close by. There's this quest right here that you want to go ahead and do. You can push the main story quest. Also, right over here is going to be a pretty decent quest line that can be done very early in your playthrough that's going to get you some good experience. And of course, in this entire zone, there's a bunch of oddities, resources, chests, and things that you can go ahead and grab, as well as enemies that you can take out to get yourself at least to level 8. But let's continue with some other mystic skills. In this very area, you can come right around the corner here, and you're going to see this dude flipping with a frog. If you speak with him, he's going to give you another mystic skill. Just like every other mini game, you got to wait until the circle is yellow, and you want to go ahead and hit whatever the indicator is so that you can learn the skill and you'll be good to go. And just like that, you have the Leaping Toad Mystic skill. Now this skill is actually pretty interesting. It has toad venom and a lot of other mechanics built into the kit, so it's pretty amazing. It's an area debuff skill, so it's a little bit different than the other skills that you'll receive in this video. Now just behind this toad is going to be a bell, and this is going to be yet another skill that you don't want to miss out on. There's 4 of these bells scattered across the map. This is going to be the first one. Now, if you're wondering why I know where all these different things are, I have multiple characters and I've been doing a lot of different things on each character. So yeah, it's kind of funny how I skipped so many things in my main playthrough, but on my secondary character, I talked to a lot more people and I figured out a lot more stuff. So if you found this video helpful so far, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash the like button for me and consider subbing so that you don't miss out on more. But this is going to be the second bell right here. So go ahead and attack this as well. And of course, you can actually go into the menu and it's going to give you hints about where all these different things are. So it's really not too difficult to find this stuff, but you want to know where to look first. There's 2 other bells. One of them is pretty far away, but it's still in this, I guess you would say, the vicinity. Right over here in the Withering Wilds, I think it's called. The Wither Wilds. There's a bell here, and there's also a quest line over here. And there's another bell up here at this outpost. Once you have taken down both of those bells, you'll instantly learn the next ability. Now, another cool mechanic that you may not know about, you can actually be friendly with certain outposts instead of fighting them all and taking them out, which you'll miss out on certain loot that you'll be able to get from them. But I mean, you still receive the rewards at the end, so regardless, you're still going to get what you need. But if you want to be friendly with one of these outposts, you can actually walk up to the guards, talk to them, and sometimes you'll be able to engage in a mini game, some type of challenge, and if you win, you'll still pass the outpost and receive the rewards. Once you finish helping them out, if you decided to take that route, in this case I had to build them a shed, but you want to make sure that you grab your wages and then go ahead and get out of the area. And just like that, we received some of the rewards, but to be honest with you, I'd rather just blow this place up. And just like that, we get ourselves a couple of extra inner ways. So however you decided to deal with this outpost, right behind it to the south is going to be the bell right over here. So turn around, and it's going to be right up this hill. Okay, we're going to backtrack a little bit. So over to the western side of the general shrine area, I'll go ahead and show you on the map. The shrine is right over here. If you go along the main path, you're going to walk right past the Meridian Touch ability. So just walking straight along here, over on the right is going to be a guy that's frozen. You want to go ahead and talk to him, help him, and he's going to give you the ability immediately. And of course, if you've already reached level 8, you want to continue along this path and you're going to fall straight into the next ability, which is the Celestial Seas. Now, in this zone, it's probably a great idea to go ahead and continue walking along this path. You're going to see a bunch of monks that are sitting down over here in this area. And when they're sitting down, they're going to be arguing about a goose. The goose is right over there. Basically, what you can do is you can use Tai Chi on the goose and throw it in the water. And if the goose is a little bit too aggressive for you, you can use the Meridian Touch ability to freeze it and then throw it into the water. You can then use that goose as a companion to fight against bosses in the game. So yeah, that's very beneficial. But continue along this path, we're going to bump straight into the city, and you want to make sure that you progress the main story quest so that I think you want to tell Ruby that you're on your way home. At which point, when you run down this path, you're going to eventually bump straight into a drunkard. He's going to be challenging a bunch of the townspeople. You then want to come right here and speak to the guy that's laying down. He's going to tell you about this dude's trickery, and you're going to learn the Celestial Seas ability from him. All right, the next ability that we're going to go ahead and grab is going to be the Veil of Stillness. If you haven't already received it, that is going to be a quest that you want to do so that you can also get yourself a dragon key. You're going to come right over here. This is very close by to the Firefly area, so you might have already grabbed this quest anyway, because as soon as you reach level 8, you're going to get a marker to come to this zone. You'll come over here, you'll do the quest line for this guy, you're going to learn the Veil of Stillness ability, and you're going to hear them complaining about each other. But regardless, you got your brand new ability, so now your character should look something like this. At this point, you have Tai Chi, Meridian Touch, Celestial Seas, Cloud Steps, the Leaping Toad. You should have at least 3 of the 4 bells for the Lion's Roar. We also have the Glow of Fireflies and the Veil of Stillness. Now, the Blinding Mist ability is actually very close by to the Veil of Stillness and also very close by to the Glow of Fireflies area. There's a huge statue that I'll go ahead and take you over to. Right up here where you're going to see this landmark, this is going to be the topmost part of the Crimson Cliff. Now, if you walk right over here, you should actually see your uncle. I think that's what she calls him. But you're going to talk to a guy, and then he's going to tell you about an entire situation that he got himself in. Basically, he's supposed to be healing somebody, and you're going to help him out. This is actually a pretty cool quest line. It's one of my favorite quest lines and side quests in the game, especially in the early hours. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this. But after you complete this entire quest line, you're going to drain this lake out. You're going to get to the bottom. You're going to get to some pretty interesting interactions. But eventually, you will learn this ability right here, which is going to be the Blinding Mist. Now, the only issue with the Blinding Mist ability is this is currently a level 80 Vitality attack. So if you don't have 80 Vitality, you're not going to be able to use this immediately. But let's go ahead and get you the final ability for today's video, which is going to be the Lion's Roar. All right, once you make it to this landmark, you want to go directly south to this area right over here, and you should see the bell in the distance. And there you go, you just received the Lion's Roar. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and smash the like button for me. Consider subbing so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else you need for Where Winds Meet. I got you covered. But for now, it's your boy MSensei HD. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. If you're still interested in some more videos, take a look at this playlist right here. I have a bunch of tips, secrets, and things that you probably want to know about for this game.